All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're joining me on this recording. I'm on the East Coast, so we've been snowed in for a little bit. And so I thought, what a great opportunity to share some of the at-home stress relief things that not only that I have done for the past, I don't know how many years of being a practitioner, but also that I share with my private clients as well, and then I share on my group program. So, welcome to Spa at Home, Stress Relief for Highly Sensitive Persons, Empaths, and Intuitives. You don't have to be an empath, intuitive, or a highly sensitive person to get value out of this little short webinar I'm going to do. But, as an HSP, and I work with in my private practice as a hypnotherapist, herbalist, and aromatherapist, I work with mostly HSPs, empaths, and intuitives, and spiritual entrepreneurs, and people recovering from like PTSD, complex PTSD, and burnout. So that's really more of who I work with. But you can get value of this even if you don't check any of those boxes. Now let's see if I can always advance the slide. That's my biggest issue. Okay. So welcome to Relax Naturally Workshop. And what we're going to do is just talk about a couple little natural techniques that you can recharge, manage stress, and more importantly, that you can do at home. And if you're interested in learning more about my group program where I work with HSPs, empaths, and intuitives, then you can just click that link and it'll tell you more about the program. And if that resonates with you, we can either jump on a call if you want to discuss it more, or you can sign up there if you like. But you don't have to. It's just, oh, am I not allowing permission? Oh, okay. Oh, goodness gracious! I have to make sure this is working afterwards. Oh, you gotta love technology, don't you? When it works well. And when it doesn't, well, there you go. All right. So, I love it. 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 Okay. So if we're meeting for the first time, I'm Kelly Hugert. It kind of sounds a little bit like yogurt. And I'm a board certified hypnotherapist. I'm a doctoral candidate at Saybrook University's College of Integrated Health, or Integrative Medicine and Health Sciences. And actually, I've been practicing. I learned how to make my first herbal medicine about 40 years ago, and I've been enjoying the plant allies ever since. So I'm also a Reiki master, clinical aromatherapist, clinical herbalist, obviously, a sound healer, and my personal journey through narcissistic abuse led to a total and complete breakdown. I was diagnosed in 2018 with a PTSD, which I later came to understand as now really being complex PTSD because it was not one event. It's been happening for practically my entire life. And so through my doctoral program, I actually developed a program to help me overcome complex post-traumatic stress disorder. That's what my dissertation is on. That is what every part of my doctoral work has been on. And so in this journey for me has been not only important for me to recover, as you can see the pictures above, but it also is so important because, as a martial artist, when you recover from something or when you meet a goal or you get to some place, we were always taught to always reach a hand back and help the other person. So that's what I'm doing now. All this, of course, is for educational purposes only. And you can go to the website and learn more about my work. It's mamakelly.com or kellyhugert.com will get you there as well. And that's Kelly with an I. So the first thing I want to teach you is something about a rejuvenating foot massage. I made this recipe when I was in my clinical aromatherapy program. I love this recipe. Now you can alter it, of course, if you want. You don't have to follow exactly what I like. But what I like about this recipe is that not only is it relaxing, but with a little bit of peppermint or spearmint essential oil in it, there's also that little bit of rejuvenation. So now before I talk about this, what I do want to mention is, number one, you can go to the full script there if you need resources. if you want to do a mixture and you don't and you're not a aromatherapist and you don't mix your own, and if you are, mix it up however you like it. You can tweak it if you're trained in that. But if you're not, that link that I provided to FullScript actually is a link to our Acacia's chill pill, and everything's already mixed for you. So all you'd have to do is just mix a couple of drops into the oil. You don't want to make it strong. Less is more with aromatherapy, right? Less is more. And of course, you want to make sure you keep this away from your pets, as well as things like that. And, don't use this on someone else without their consent, right? So if you and your partner want to do this, this is a great partner massage. Um, One of the trainings that I have had as a hypnotherapist is an extensive training in sex hypnotherapy. And so I do work sometimes with that as well. And this is a great little partner massage, but always get permission from your partner as well. Make sure, they're not going to have allergies. Use a little spot test first. But this is a great, great, great fit massage. And I love this. And I developed this, like I said, probably, I don't remember, maybe 2014, 2015. I can't remember how long ago it was, but it's still one of my favorites. So, very easy peasy to make. You can get your essential oils from Mountain Rose Herbs. You can get them from Plant Therapy, which is one of my favorites. You can get them from Acacia, or if you have another brand that you like. I'm not married to a brand. I do not promote any particular brand due to ethical reasons. But use what you like. Just make sure you're not getting something off of Amazon because sometimes those are very adulterated. So you want to use a little bit of jojoba oil. If you don't have that on hand, that's okay. Olive oil will work. Most people have that. And you want to just use a few drops. And the idea here, again, is less and more. You can tweak this a little bit, but again, you don't want to make it too heavy. And you're just going to mix it up. Use a glass jar. I like to use glass. Use a glass jar, put your oil in there, put your essential oils in there, and then you can just mix it up with a toothpick or even, I don't like to use a spoon, but you can if that's all you have, toothpick or something like that, and mix it up. And then all you're going to do is just warm it in your hands and just work that feet. We have, oh gosh, this was a book I read a bazillion years ago. I can't even remember the name of Earthing is the name of it, I believe. And we have like, gosh, I don't remember how many, so many receptors, like 2,000 or something receptors in our feet. If that number's wrong and you come back with the accurate number, that's great. I had a concussion a couple years ago, so sometimes I have little um, memory issues. But the point is, we have a lot of receptors and a lot of nerve endings, so to speak, in our feet. And so this is the reason why it's really nice. Now, if you're sensitive to touch or if your feet are sensitive, you can do this with your hands, right? Just massage and rub and do like some little pressure point actions. And again, great, 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 great thing to use. So, you can screenshot this if if you like, you can come back to it anytime you want as well. It will be here for you. But this is a great, great, great foot massage recipe. The spearmint or the peppermint is really elevating. So if you are going to do this at night, you would want to leave the spearmint or the peppermint out. So if this is a nighttime foot massage, I would leave the peppermint and the spearmint out because it's very invigorating. And you want to make sure you can go to sleep and then just use the lavender. You could also put a tiny drop instead of lavender. You could probably put a tiny drop of something else relaxing, like maybe a chamomile or something like that. Make sure, again, you don't have any contraindications. All right, this is another one that's super duper easy to use. I grow most of my own herbs. I've been, growing my own medicine for a lot of years now, but some people don't, and that's okay. If you don't grow any of this or you don't have a local herbalist, you can go to mountainroseherbs.com, and no, they do not pay me to say that, and you can buy your dried herbs there. So a lot of times what I don't have on hand, that's where I get stuff that I do not have on hand or that I do not grow. So herbal baths. This is a great little spa day at home, especially when you're buried under a foot of snow, because it can help relax the whole body. And you can really set up a nice little spa day. You can put some candles in there, put some maybe nature music or soft music. Again, if you have a partner, this can be a good little partner exercise as well. I just use a clean sock. You can use a muslin bag, whatever. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't get I don't get bent out of shape about things like that. I use a clean sock, an old tube sock. And I just put them in there and I fill the sock with dried herbs. You don't need that many, put a little handful in there. I kitchen witch things, so I don't really measure things. But for the purposes of our discussion today, I gave you about a quarter of a cup. You can use lemon balm tops, rose petal, you can use lavender tops. You want to make sure that if you use something that, number one, there's no contraindications, you don't have an allergy to that. And you want to make sure, obviously, you're not going to use a toxic plant. And that just kind of goes without saying, but I'll say it as well. But these are my top three favorites. And probably the one that I like the most is the lavender and the rose petals. Again, as somebody who is trained in sexologist and sex coaching and sex hypnotherapy, if you're working with a partner and this is a part of an intimate part, then I would use rose petals, right? That's what I would use personally. Um, for calming before bed, then I would use lavender or the lemon balm tops as well. Lemon balm is super, super easy to grow. So if you're interested in growing your own medicine, actually, I used to have apprentices. So I would teach herbal apprentices for about 9 months. I don't have the time right now to do that because I'm finishing up my dissertation. But when I did, this is one of the plants that I taught them to grow because number one, it's easy to grow. And it has so many different uses. I've done lemon balm butter. I've done lemon balm mead. If you're like mead, you can go to my website and get a recipe for that. Teas, infusions. It goes well with, making tinctures, so many different ways. I actually have a still where I make, not essential oils, which you can pull essential, not flower waters. What's the thing I'm trying to think of? For some reason, it escaped me. Anyway, I distill it and make lemon balm water out of it, and then you can spray that. That's a whole nother lesson for a whole nother day. The point is, you can do a lot with lemon balm. So I encourage people to grow it. It will take over, so you do need to be mindful of that. You eventually will want to do a lot of things with it and or give it to your friends and family. So just FYI on that one. Let me go back and just say, so what you all should just going to do is just going to fill the sock with the dried herb. We're going to use dried here. We don't want anything that's going to be moldy in our water. You're going to tie it up or attach it to the faucet so the water flows through it. And then at the end, you're going to squeeze it out, tie it off, and let it float in the bath. Again, I love, if you're working with a partner, if this is a part of a partner thing, I love soft music, candles, really for a full spa-like experience. All right, so just a couple quick tips. For especially if you're neurodivergent, if you're an HSP, if you're an empath, if you're sensitive, if you're a spiritual person, it is so important. We require downtime daily. It should be a priority. Now, this was something that was hard for me to really understand. The how important it was until I really started doing some really, really deep work with HSPs and empaths and intuitives and people that are in that neurodivergence. This is so much a priority for us. And if it's not a priority for you, you don't have to, but for us, it really is a priority. So prioritizing your downtime. I use self-hypnosis. If you want, I can send you a resource on that, or you can go to the website under the product page, and you can learn self-hypnosis. So what I do is do at least 2 self-hypnosis sessions a day, even if they're just 5 minutes, right? One in the morning, one in the evening. I also do a lot of breath work. You can find resources on that on my website as well or on YouTube. So I do a lot of breath work as well, but really prioritizing those little mini self-cares throughout your day. Now, again, you want to use essential oils safely and sparingly. I have an essential oil safety class that I used to teach way back when, about 2015, I think, or something like that. I'm going to see if I can pull that up and record that and just put it on YouTube. It's somewhere out there, probably, because I've done classes for other practitioners as well, and have been interviewed by other practitioners. And so it may be out there somewhere, but I think I'm just going to record that. So you do want to make sure you use those safely and sparingly. And again, creating a calm ritual at bedtime. Again, I got a lot of resources on my website. Go to kellyhuger.com or mamakelly.com is because everybody calls me mama. And you can go to the blog section and you can type in sleep, aromatherapy, breath work. A lot of these will come up, a lot of free resources for you. So really taking those mini mindful breaks throughout the day has been so important for me. Now, again, if you're interested in learning more tools, I work with, that's one of my zone of geniuses is working with HSPs. And there's a link to the group program where I teach more mindfulness. I teach more breath work. I have hypnosis recordings, a lot of different tools on there. And it can take you about 6 weeks to go through the program. But once you're in, you're in. So you can go through it as many times if you like. And it's a very inexpensive program. However, it is chocked full of value and ways that you can really instantly relax. I teach really instant NLP things that help you can relax instantly. I teach breath work. I teach hypnosis and self-hypnosis. So many tools on there and for a very, very inexpensive price. So if that's something that resonates with you, again, you can just click the link and you can read more about it. And if it feels like that would be a match for you, I'm happy to have a conversation with you about it if that feels right. Or you can just simply buy it on my website and really start to dig in deep. This is a great for a winter program as well. When you really have that time that you are sort of that downtime and nourishing you, this is a great program for that. I also do work with private clients one-on-one. So if you want to reach out, you are more than welcome to do that as well. So if you happen to be an HSP who has PTSD or burnout, that is actually my specialty. And you can, no stress, easily book a complimentary call. So the complimentary call there, the value of is $500, totally free for you. And then we'll discuss, what it might look like if you need private work, or if you want to work one-on-one with me. The Wounded Heart Warrior Program, again, that's what I call that, is the link for that. You can read more about that there. And then at the top, under more resources here, that's a freebie that can really extend out beyond this webinar. And you can get some more tools as well. It's a 6-day mini class intensive, totally free. So you can sign up for that, and there's some great valuable information there as well. All right, so thanks for joining me. Again, I'm Kelly Hugert, kind of sounds like yogurt. And if you need to reach out, feel free to do that. You can do that by booking a call. You probably saw this on YouTube or my group program or on Facebook or social media. So you can reach out to me there as well. And my phone number is 804-YA-HYPNO. So you can shoot me a message as well. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Be blessed in all that you do. And I really hope this is supportive for you. Mwah. Love you guys.